Hey there folks, Jiminy Critic here today with an entertainment choice, a movie choice for you. The Disney Pixar movie called Up. Real short title, Up. I want to review for you today. I gotta tell you, I didn't get to see an early preview of this movie, just saw it in a regular theater with a bunch of theater goers and families, with my family. I gotta tell you right up front, I really enjoyed this movie, Up. It is the, I believe, the 10th Pixar movie. You know, Disney and Pixar now joined forces, and it's the 10th movie they produced there. And pretty much, if you think back along some of those lines, starting with the Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 and Monsters, Inc. and Bugs Life and Cars and Incredibles, and there's a number of others, I've missed the names, there's been, this movie Up is the 10th one, and I gotta say there really isn't a bad one in the bunch. They're enjoyable, they're well made, most of them are very colorful, very fun to watch on the screen. And this particular movie, again, comes from a Disney Pixar, and it's rated PG, a very family-friendly movie. It's about an hour and a half long, 96 minutes long, and I'm going to say this movie's for anybody. When we went to see this, Jiminy, I took my 27-month-old son, about his first real movie he's ever been to in a theater, with Mom and his brother and Grandma and me. We were all there, and all of us enjoyed it. Even the little guy watched most of the movie because there's just so many things to see on the screen while you're watching this movie. Well, basically, let me give you the breakdown. Of course, this is an animated movie. You can see it. Most of the theaters are going to show this movie in 2D regular animation. Some movies theaters around the country are showing this in Disney 3D, and you'll have to wear the special glasses, and it might look like more things are popping out at you. But I got to tell you, this movie is so good. Don't worry about trying to find or locate a 3D theater if one is not nearby. Just go see the regular 2D version. You will enjoy yourself thoroughly. Basically, this has some of the voice characterizations from Ed Asner. He plays Carl Fredricksen in this movie, his voice. Christopher Plummer's voice is in this movie. He's kind of the bad guy explorer. You'll see new kid, Jordan Nagy, plays Russell. He's the wilderness explorer who comes to bug Carl Fredricksen in this particular movie. And John Ratzenberger, I think, whose voice has been in almost, if not all, 10 of the Disney Pixar animated movies that have been out. But his voice is in for a very short cameo as well. The basic premise of this movie is Ed Asner as Carl Fredricksen is a 78-year-old guy who's kind of just tired of life. He's been working in the balloon industry, helium balloon industry, all of his life, and he was married when he was young, and he and his wife had a lot of plans and ideas one day to travel the world and travel to South America in a particular special place. And you know how all of us have kind of some of those life plans and things we wish we could do, and as life goes on and real life hits us, mortgages, kids, families, car breaks down, things happen that you have to spend money. Some of those dreams may just kind of go by the wayside. Well, that's what's happened to Carl. So he's now a 78-year-old, kind of a grumpy old man, so to speak, living in his house, and he decides one day he's just had enough. And because he's been in the balloon industry, he has rigged up in his house somehow thousands and thousands of helium balloons, tied them up to the house, and of course it's an animated movie, so anything can happen. And one day he just uproots, literally. The balloons just pick his house up right out of the city where he lives, and he's going to go on a balloon adventure by himself, so he thinks, and try to get to South America and all the places that he and his wife had always wished they could go to. Well, unbeknownst to him, stuck on his porch, terrified, hanging onto the rails for dear life as this house is lifting up and going away, is this little wilderness explorer, Russell. And kind of the rest of the movie from that point on goes forward with he and Russell kind of forging this relationship that neither one of them were thrilled about in the beginning, because you got the grumpy old man and the enthusiastic, talkative, running around normal kid, and of course normally those two are not going to be compatible, so a lot of hilarity will ensue. But just let me say that Up is a delightful film that's for all parts and members of the family, and I think you ought to take the time to go see Up.